Mm. Good evening, everybody, and cheers. Today, I'm going to be looking at the absolutely fantastic Good Omens, written by late Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman almost 30 years ago, 28 years to be exact, in 1990. The brilliant streaming service Amazon seems to be picking up a lot of hot properties these days, from The Expanse to this property right now, that I'm surprised Netflix didn't jump in on. But then again, if you have as much money as the head of Amazon, who I believe is the richest man in the world, then yeah, he's just making it rain. And I think this is a really, really good show to get people to jump onto Amazon. I've just signed up. A couple of my friends are actually signing up right now. Hi, Wayne and Andre. And I think they're going to have a fantastic time watching this. And basically it follows Azrael and Mr. Crowley, or Cowley, depending on when in the story you're talking about these characters. One's a demon, of course, Cowley, and one is an angel, Azrael. And they are played respectively by David Tennant and Michael Sheen. I was going to say Charlie Sheen, Michael Sheen, who are actually very good friends in real life, and you can see the sparks and the chemistry between the two characters in the series. It's a six-part series, yeah, 6 parts. So what is it about? Well, basically the apocalypse is coming, and we have an angel and an unlikely friend, as I said, Mr. Cowley, a demon, who have been friends for about 6,000 years. They sort of build up their friendship as time goes along, and they're kind of like Earth. I mean, they're like eating their oysters, and yeah, I mean, they kind of have, a reason to hang around here. However, up there, those guys, one of whom is played by John Hamm, he's absolutely brilliant as an angel. He's Archangel Gabriel, that's it. And the guys down there, they want to fight. They want to see who would win between heaven and hell. So they basically bring on the apocalypse, and one of these characters, whose name is Adam, is a young kid who basically gets sort of swapped out by the angels, by Angel, Azrael, and demon Mr. Crowley, or Cowley, because I don't want the apocalypse to come along, you see. So the angels, they get, there's a whole bunch of shenanigans. I don't want to go in and completely ruin the story here, but it really is an absolute blast. Now, a series like this, I was actually very scared about this, because the books of Terry Pratchett, for example, have never really translated well to series. There have been a couple of attempts, a few video games as well. Video games work quite well because you can read. The humor in these shows, or in these books, lies usually in the way it's said, or the way it's delivered. Very much like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Douglas Adams has a lot of wordplay, and the movies that have come out from even Hitchhikers have never really worked because of the wordplay. However, in this, I think because it's a collaboration between Gaiman and Pratchett, it's not so much on the wordplay as more about the crazy characters, and there are a lot of crazy characters. There are some seriously fun characters, but like I say, I'll let you guys watch the series first. They do follow almost to the letter. Now, Neil Gaiman basically wrote this when Terry Pratchett died about a year and a half, 2 years ago. One of his last requests was that they would make this, because Neil Gaiman didn't want to. He was actually not interested in making a series of this. It was actually one of his nightmares, he said a long time ago. But when his friend passed away, as I say, his last request was, please get this made. And yeah, it was picked up and it was made by BBC Two, and it really screams of BBC. For starters, it's extremely camp. So if you hate Doctor Who, you're probably going to not really get on with this. I know a lot of people are going to have a go at me for that, because just because you don't like Doctor Who doesn't mean you're not going to like this. But I'm talking about the British campness in here. In fact, it is so camp that there is a lot of what they call shipping, or fan shipping, between the two characters, the two leads over here, of course, as I said, David Tennant and Sheen. In that, when I say shipping, it's like relationship, and it really is almost homoerotic in certain terms. Okay, now maybe not erotic, but there are a lot of things that go unsaid, and the sort of relationship between these two characters is almost, as I say, homosexual, because they're both men, or at least one's a demon, one's a male demon, one's a male angel. And it certainly does, in certain bits, sort of looks at each other, and yeah, the fights and whatnot. I can see why a lot of internet is shipping these two characters right now. So that's something about it. It's very, very camp in both ways. It is also very Monty Python. I mean, the opening for the show is absolutely brilliant. I forget who came up with this, which studio it was, but I actually saw earlier today Neil Gaiman was talking about them on Twitter. He's very active on Twitter, and he said that they did a very good job with the opening, and it absolutely is brilliant. It's almost like these cut-out paper figures of these guys walking with a whole team of people that get mentioned in the books. So absolutely brilliant, as I say, and yes, it's just a lot of fun. There's a little bit of swearing in it. I think they use the fuck word twice, I think. Yeah, twice I think they used it, actually. I was quite surprised by that. I thought they would cut that out to make it a lot more accessible, for kids. I suppose kids could watch it. It is quite heavy, though. I mean, you do have demons, as I say, and angels the angels are not particularly friendly angels either. As I say, John Hamm, who's Archangel Gabriel, is brilliant in this, but he's brilliant in absolutely everything. So right now it's sitting on 82% on Rotten Tomato, which I'm quite surprised about. I didn't expect it to do so well, like I say, internationally, because it's very, very English. And surprisingly, having a Welsh actor, I think Sheen is Welsh, and a Scottish accent like Tennant, they had to put on British accents, or English accents, sorry, for this show. So, when you see them in real life, they definitely don't speak the way that they do in the series. So yes, Good Omens, I would easily give this a 9 out of 10 as a fan of the books. If anything, actually, if any negativity it would come through in here, it's the fact that when Gaiman was writing this, he stuck to the books very much so. So I think, 6 hours is great, don't get me wrong, because I love the characters, but I can see what some people are saying it goes on a little bit too long. And I think that's because he tries to capture and keep as much in the show, in particular at the very end of the 6th episode, where, he really does try and keep the source material as close to the book as possible, which I think is really, really great. So yeah, absolutely, go out and see it. Subscribe to Amazon. I'm not doing a plug, I'm not being paid by Amazon, okay? But Amazon really are starting to get some meaty things at the moment. Like I say, we've got Good Omens right now. We've got Expanse coming very, very soon, which I'm very excited about. So if you want to try it out, you get 7 days free. Jump on board right now. I think there's a special on at the moment for $3 a month for 6 months. So definitely worth trying. And I just want to give a shout out to Wayne. And this is the reason I'm actually making this, Wayne, is because you were moaning about me not doing it. Anyway, catch you guys later. And please do enjoy the series. Let me know what you think. Cheers. Oh.